24 years that he served as the second president of the Republic of Kenya, retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi cut a figure of a decisive president and a calculating politician, earning himself a name, a tall giraffe that can see far. The former president was a committed Christian who never failed to attend a Sunday church service, mostly at Kabarak, Nakuru, or Africa Inland Church, that is in Milimani. Now, Shadrack Mitty caught up with the presiding bishop of the AIC Church, Silas Yego, and brings us the story of Moi, the religious man. Take a look.
Praise the Lord.
Had retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi not been a teacher, politician and president, he would certainly be a preacher. That is according to the presiding bishop of the Africa Inland Church, Silas Yego. Bishop Yego says his first encounter with Moi revealed a man who loved God and was extremely humble.
Obviously, he could have been a preacher. He could have been a pastor. He loved it. Yeah. Recently, I took some young men, including my son, and he lectured to them about the word of Jesus Christ. He's a preacher.
He was a man who wielded authority and had all the trappings of power. But being human as he is, Moi knew when to submit to the authority of God, and especially church leaders. Bishop Yego says anytime the country faced huge challenges, Moi was quick to seek counsel from church leaders with a view to finding divine intervention.
I remember 1998. That was his lowest moment, when people were killed by the bomb blast. He was really shattered. I went to see him at the State House. We had prayer with him until he needed God. He did not understand why, especially losing many lives. That was his lowest moment when he was the president.
But Moi never lacked surprises. Bishop Yego remembers the day when Moi invited him and other church leaders at his home to offer prayers for him. And without asking him to kneel down, Moi voluntarily went down on his knees in order to be prayed for.
I was with the late Bishop Birech. Actually, Bishop Birech was his spiritual father. When we went there, you know, the multipartism was, euphoria was so high that we needed God's intervention. And when I and Birech knelt, we found him kneeling. He really felt the prayer. He really felt the prayer. So when we wanted to associate him with the presidency, we could see a Christian who was just asking God for help.
Moi did not just love going to church. He loved singing and reading the Bible. And despite being a private citizen, having retired from State House and Harambee House 16 years ago, Bishop Yego says except for limited movements due to his advanced age, Moi's love for God and church continues to date.
He now loves church things more than before. He doesn't want even to listen to politics. If you go there, he will not share with you anything political. But he will always ask you, how is the church in Kisumu? How is the church in where? How is the church in Chokoria? And many places he visited long time ago. He is still interested. He has not lost anything at all, at all. I can say it is even increasing day by day.
There was never a single decision Moi made without consulting. And among those he consulted most were church leaders. For instance, when Moi was about to retire, he held a consultative meeting with several church leaders who advised him extensively on how to go about the entire process.
Kama yuko mtu ametukana mimi namsamehe. Na kama yuko mtu ambaye nimesema chochote ambaye kimeumiza roho yake unisamehe.
When he talked in Jamhuri Day, you know, and asked people to forgive him, that was part of our discussion with him, that as you exceed, it is good to share with people your heart as a Christian. And he did it. We never told him to go and say sorry, but he did it out of his wisdom.
Although by virtue of being an ardent Africa Inland Church member, Moi appeared to interact with the church most. He loved inviting several church leaders regardless of their denomination. Meetings that would culminate in the retired president offering either to help construct churches or any other project touching on churches and schools.
You know, something we people didn't know. In a week, President Moi could meet several church leaders, not from AIC, but many denominations, PCEA, Anglican, Redeemed, and many other churches. He could give out lots of money to be distributed in a given Sunday, quietly. Nobody knew it. So he really participated in church work.
Just like many observers, Bishop Yego feels people never understood Moi. They underestimated him. But for as long as he maintained his relationship with God and remained immersed in religious activities, he ruled for 24 years through God's help.
He used to consult. Even the chief in the village knew Moi had his number, you know, to call him. The DC, the BCs and so forth, he consulted a lot. I think he could manage. If he could manage to lead the country from 90 to 201 with no help from World Bank, IMF, nobody was giving him any single shilling. But he managed.
And even as many grapple with the idea of how to celebrate Moi Day, Bishop Silas Yego and a few church leaders had the privilege of speaking to the retired president, who explained how he would love the day to be celebrated after he exited power in 2002.
Moi had made it clear before he exited that I want Moi Day to be remembered quietly, helping the less fortunate. I could have suggested to the people, the drafters of the Constitution, to maintain it that way, low-key, nothing going to the stadium and so forth, but be an holiday to remember the immense work he did in this country, especially in development.
Shadrack Mitty, KT News.
Thank you.